Hello, everybody. I'm Everton de Oliveira from the Groundwater project. And as you know, we're always releasing books for free for you in several languages. And today we have the pleasure to bring to you a book in Afrikaans from South Africa. It's a great job done by Fanus Fourie. Fanus Fourie is a scientific manager with the Department of Water and Sanitation and has worked for the department since 1997. He has a vast range of experience in groundwater that includes groundwater management, water supply systems, manage aquifer recharge, MAR. We have a book on that from South African authors as well. I recommend you to take a good look. It's a great book. He worked with resource assessment, mapping, monitoring, groundwater strategy, and groundwater management plan. All about groundwater. Great, great career. Fanus has a BSc and degree in geology and geochemistry. BSc honors in geohydrology and hydrology, and masters in geohydrology, all from the University of the Free State. So Fanus, thank you very much for being here today. Tell us the news from your career and from the beautiful country, please.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. No, it was actually a very pleasure to actually translate this book. I've started in groundwater, more or less interested in geology, as per se. And at university, some of my friends were studying or were written in with, sign up with our Groundwater Institute at the University of the Free State in Bloemfontein in South Africa. And I basically started to join them, and I've done my honors, as you've mentioned, and yes, from there I started working for the Department of Water and Sanitation here in South Africa, and I've been with the department now for the last 24 years. I've started in a small town called Upington for 3 years, and then moved to the bigger regional office, and the last 15 years I'm here in Pretoria in Johannesburg. The groundwater planning. So that's where I am now currently, and I've finished my master's degrees last year, and yeah, I'm very happy to complete that as well.
Very, very good, very good. So how did you get to know the Wally and Deanna book?
Yeah, 2 years ago, I was very lucky to attend the IH conference in Spain, in Malaga. And I've met John Cherry there, and he presented the wonderful project of the Groundwater project, and I started to follow them, and I wanted to contribute back to the community. And one of the books that they were asking for translators is Wally and Deanna, and I said, that's my chance. Let's give back to the community.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. We hope we can get, well, how many more languages do you have in South Africa?
Except the Afrikaans and English, we've got an additional 9 official languages in South Africa. English is only the 4th language, let's say, that people are called mother tongue languages. So Afrikaans is the 3rd largest. And we've got a number of these other African languages that's in South Africa that we are busy translating. So we're very excited that Afrikaans could be the first one, but we are waiting for the others. So hopefully they are now in the reviews phases, but hopefully we can publish them soon.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. Yeah. We're glad that you're leading that. That's very, very nice. Yeah. I've been to South Africa, and it's very common that people speak many of those languages, right?
Yes, yes. So it depends on where you are in South Africa. South Africa is quite a diverse country from a language point of view, as well as in a cultural point of view. So it depends on where you're in South Africa, which type of language are they speaking. So for Afrikaans, we more on the western side of South Africa, they are speaking more on Afrikaans, but also across the South Africa, but it depends on which province you are, and then they've got a number of other languages that is more dominant in certain provinces. But yeah, the culture is actually determining what type of language you are speaking.
Yes, yes, I've seen that. So the idea for us is to have all the languages for Wally and Deanna, right? That's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good. So how did you like the book when you started it, and how does it sound in Afrikaans? What do you think of the result?
No, I think for what we want to do in South Africa is we want to educate people in the basic science. And I think when we saw Wally and Diana, it was very good for us to say, but um, we've got now an opportunity to actually teach the young learners from very young age to actually what's happening with groundwater. And this was a very good opportunity. We saw that it goes through all the scientific terms, but in a very basic manner, and that was very, very nice. So we enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a lot. The science behind it is the story has been told by in a very, very open, easy, understandable way, and that's very, very nice.
Yes, it's very good. It's very good. I totally agree with you. And what about the names? Have you used local names for Wally and Deanna as well?
Yes, so I've tried to use the same names in a sense, but more in an Afrikaans way. So Wally has been translated into Willie. So that's more like a William in a sense, a very shortened name. And Diana to also Afrikaans name, Deidré. So it's Willie and Deidré. So that's very, very common names in Afrikaans. But the farmer, I've decided to look around to some of my colleagues that have a very good Afrikaans surname that we can use, and that's Mr. Van Wyk. So we've got a very good colleague of ours that sits in the Water Research Commission that's in the groundwater that I said, okay, he's the guy that we're going to name the farmer after.
So English is your first language, or
for me, Afrikaans is my first language. English is my second language. So in South Africa, most of the people English is their second language. So, but yeah, I'm tried.
Yes, 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 very good. So we have a very good connection with you guys in South Africa, which is it's quite amazing for us. Very, very good. Your community of hydrogeologists is very helpful. How did that happen? You're connected to people from the Geological Survey in South Africa as well?
Yes, I think with we are trying to connect a lot with our international colleagues. Although we are a very small community in South Africa, as per se, we're sitting with a very, very interesting and complex geohydrology in a sense. And we try to learn from other organizations that sits outside South Africa. So we were very lucky in the sense that with our early career mentors that they were involved on an international level. So, but also in some of our others, we are traveling. We've got a lot of other international students coming to South Africa, and we are traveling overseas. So, yeah, we try to connect and bring in external lecturers to our universities, doing Darcy lectures and so forth. So we try to keep to date with the latest technology and colleagues outside South Africa.
Well, you're doing a great job. So what would you say for someone who's willing to translate Wally and Deanna about your experience? Would you recommend to hydrogeologists all over the world?
Yes, definitely. I think it's the translation is the easy part, but to get it to a point where it's understandable to younger non-scientific people, as per se, it's a little bit of a turnaround in a sense of you need to rethink how you are doing it, but it brings you back to the basics, and I think it's you need to rethink of how do you understand it, and try to explain it on a level that is acceptable for small kids. I think about 20 years ago, we were doing also a type of awareness program. And one of the things that we found as scientists is to translate this to a level of kids that range from, let's say, grade 1 to a grade 12 learner. And that's difficult because it opens up your mind. In a sense, you need to open up your mind to say, but how do I explain a small scientific method to a small kid, or to older kids that can understand it, but on that level? So it actually, I learned a lot although you're supposed to know all this, but you need to rethink every little thing again and again. And I think that makes it very interesting.
Yeah, it's very good. Well, we had some experiences of people from different countries translating Wally and Deanna. We had a good experience in people in Greece, for example, one of the first languages that we had. They worked with two ladies. One of them is hydrogeologist, the other is not. They're close friends, and she teaches for young children. Right? So she had the opportunity to show and to test with the kids. That was interesting. And we had a version in Mandarin from China. And good too that the lady was using her daughter to help her out, because see, what do you think?
I think that's very, very good, because after I've done the translation, and it almost feel like you can just do a Google Translate and then it's done and dusted, but you need to make it your own. And what I've done is I've done the translation, and then I've sent it to two of my colleagues that have experience with younger kids, that to test it almost against them. And so I've tried to utilize that route as well, to maybe make sure that this is the correct way. My third reviewer was my son, but he's a third-year student. But he was not saying, no, I'm not on that level. I will go for the technical correctness of the document. But yes, you need to test it for the younger kids. Otherwise, it's you're missing the mark, because they understand it totally different than we as adults are understanding it.
Yeah, I agree. But I like your way to putting it, like testing against them.
Yeah. No, they basically almost say to me, no, you can't tell the kids this. This is not going to work. They're not going to understand it. You need to tell them a story. And I think that's where the whole thing comes in with Wally and Deanna is. It's a good story with real facts behind it. And I think you need to, the translation comes into the how you're translating it. It's not the facts. The facts are easy. That's the easy bit. But the how you translate it, that is where it comes in.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I read many times Wally and Deanna, and it's a very nice way of putting things, right? Because you know the characters, they have their own personality. They have their ways of doing things. It's quite interesting the way they created that. It's a good book. And if you translate in all the languages in South Africa, that would be for us a great push, because we would like to have this book. I mentioned to you before, we'd like to send this book to the Guinness Book of Records, see if we can translate into all languages as possible, so we can make some buzz around groundwater. Let's use all the tools that we have, right? So we need people like you to help.
Yes. No, I think that would be a great opportunity. And I think one of the things also is that when you translate it, if you just translate it in Afrikaans, for example, people that speaks Afrikaans, it sits in Namibia, Botswana, they sit in America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and so forth. So it's not just a localized language that you are translating, and if we can translate it to all the other 9 languages, I think we're going to cover Swaziland, for example, Lesotho as well. So that would be real great. Then we can cover a lot of big areas.
Yeah, I agree with you. We'll count on your help to reach that. That's very good. All right. So please put a good word for people that are willing to help our groundwater project. And I wish sincerely that you volunteer to translate some more things into Afrikaans. Not twisting your arm here, but you know.
Yeah, no, I think if you're doing a translation, it's not just the actual language translation that you're doing. It's a real thinking behind the science of it, because now the science, you need to actually understand the science to actually bring it home, in a sense. And with that is that with that whole experience, you actually learn a lot. So by doing just a translation, you are contributing and plowing back into the community or the groundwater community as per se, but you are teaching people or students or learners what the science is. And we found that in our case, a lot of the science are being lost somewhere along the line. And this is a very good way to bring it to all the communities, but all to our organizations. You can target the schools, but you can target some of your Department of Education or some of the organizations that's working with the students or the small learners that, and you can actually distribute it through them, and that's the great opportunity that we have.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And well, thank you very much for your help. It was a pleasure having you here, and I think we'll meet next week, right?
Yes, definitely we will meet there.
You know, there'll be the IAH Congress in South Africa, right?
Yes, in 2 years from now, the IH Conference 2023 will be in South Africa, in Cape Town. So we hope that will be a full in-person conference, and we will enjoy if everybody can come and can visit us, and we'll definitely make a big fuss about the awareness specifically, but we definitely would like the Groundwater project to be part of that one as well.
Oh, I hope we'll help you as much as we can. You can count on us, definitely. Well, we tried to have our Congress here in Brazil. It didn't work because of the COVID, but South Africa, I hope I won't miss it. South Africa is a very nice country. I really recommend, if you that are watching us here in the Groundwater project have never been to South Africa, this is a great opportunity for you to meet this beautiful country and the very nice people. Thank you very much, Fanus, for helping us. We greatly appreciate your work. Thank you very much.
It's a great pleasure, and it was an opportunity of a lifetime to be part of. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Bye-bye.